So here we go. As I'm sure you're uh, not really surprised to see that we're back for the Cup Final, and that is because we finished the league campaign 10 points adrift of Benfica, which is very disappointing considering on where we were at earlier parts of the season. So we did finish 10 points off, and that is actually the same as last year. We did do better last season, collecting more points, but the gap at the top is still the same. I am scouting the South American markets just now, so Argentina and Brazilian leagues for the most part, looking for some cheap players because the work permit rules over in Portugal are very lenient. So the possibility of bringing over some good South Americans that can slot straight in the starting 11 for a very reasonable price is quite high. So I am exploring those options at the moment. But today the episode is the Cup Final against Benfica, and this is the team we are going for. Pretty much the standard team we've been going for all season. Do have a few fitness issues with Wendell and Tonali and Coates as well, but we will be going for this team as well. I did notice I am looking for an attack midfielder, as I've already mentioned. I noticed Mateus Oliveira can actually play here. He's a natural at attack midfield now, which is very good indeed as well. So he's actually now higher rated, got a better star rating at playing that role, which is always handy as well. So he would be a very good backup option for next season in that position. But we shall get into this game. Very, very good looking Benfica side again. A few familiar names from scoring against us previously. But hopefully we can pick up some silverware against them today. I mean, it won't count towards anything in the kind of grand scheme of things in terms of the challenge that I set out for myself in episode 1. But it'll keep the board off my back for the time being. One thing I might actually need to look at is when my contract's expiring. I've got a feeling it might be at the end of the season, and if we'd failed to meet all objectives this year, that could be an issue. I probably should have checked that sooner and maybe asked for a new contract earlier as well. But I'll look into after this game if I remember. As we come away here in the 8th minute, Neres is brought down by Sarr. Now I did notice, I think that's Mailing Sarr, and I actually think he is a centre back by trade. So yes, he is actually playing out of position in that left back area. That could be something that we could look to exploit, as I'm sure the referee will give a penalty here, which he does. Spoke about it in the last episode, how if there's a foul in the box and it goes to VAR, it's like going to be a penalty. But there we go, booking for Sarr as well. Now Luis Felipe, is that the man who's stepping up to take this? Because he has missed his last 2 penalties. Third time lucky, he slots it in when it counts. I have noticed I've actually forgotten to show you all the remaining fixtures, league fixtures from the last game as well. If I forget to show you, we did win all the games quite comfortably as well. As you would expect, because we weren't playing any of the top sides really. So that's kind of played out how I would expect, but again, still disappointing that we couldn't put more of a title challenge in this time around. But we do have another highlight here, totally different from the last time we played Benfica in the first half. And Ramos with a glorious chance really, but it's straight at the goalkeeper, who beats it away for a corner. But the danger's not clear yet. Pizzi whips the ball in, it's headed clear, and it's in again, and Ramos couldn't direct it on target. We do have the lead, looking pretty even as things stand. There's been talk in the press as well, Man City looking at a £53 million bid for Tonali, which, I mean, it would be a fantastic offer, and if I wasn't doing a challenge where I have to win the league next year, I'd probably look to sell him for that price, because it's very good. But if we look at the finances quickly, like, we're still only getting 30% of each transfer, which is brutal. And one thing that's quite annoying as well, we've obviously got a very healthy balance there, but we're still in quite a bit of debt, so I don't see why we can't just use some of that balance to pay off all the debts. But I mean, That's got nothing to do with this cup final at the moment. But yeah, that's kind of the situation with that at the moment. I do expect to see Tonali in a Sporting Lisbon shirt for next season, if I get things my own way, of course. As he will be a hard player to replace as well. I think maybe one of the reasons we didn't perform so well this year was because we did offload Bruno Fernandes, but I will hopefully not make that mistake this time around, as Benfica are floating around the edge of our box, but we do manage to win it, and a chance for a counter here. Mateus out on the left wing finds Luis Felipe. He's got to get it in the box now. Finds Hakimi on the edge, who scored quite a few goals. He slips it back to Neres, who makes it 2. And I mean, we're comfortably the better side at the moment, dare I say it. Looking on top so far. If we could go into half time 2-0 up, that would be a fantastic result. Halfway through the contest. See, it's so typical that we beat, or, well, not that we've won the game yet, but the way things are going, it looks like we will beat Benfica, but we can't get too confident. But it's annoying how we can do it in almost games that don't really matter to the challenge, but when it comes to it in the league fixtures, we just can't get it done. But there is a highlight straight from the off, and Benfica have a chance to reduce the deficit, which they do. Ramos, 16th goal of the season, long ball over the top by Pizzi, and Ramos tucks it away. And I probably was speaking a bit too soon with that half-time talk, as Bergwijn hits the bar from a cross, whipped in from that right-hand side. I think it might be Neres there, but the ball's not clear yet. Mateus Oliveira, 11th goal of the season. That looked like a fantastic strike, to be honest. I thought the initial highlight was kind of over when Bergwijn hit the bar, but the ball came in from that left-hand side and it fell to Oliveira, who managed to smash it home. We have regained our 2-goal lead pretty quickly after conceding as well, which is always nice to see. I did think I would maybe be punished for thinking the game was already won, but we are still well in control here. Another highlight here, Gedson, and there's a crossfield pass which is intercepted, and we do have a chance to counter here. Bergwijn, please don't shoot. He shoots. I mean, it's worked out fantastically well. Bergwijn shot from a really tight angle, and the keeper's just palmed it straight to Luis Felipe, who makes no mistake from that range, and we are 4-1 up in this cup final. What a way to end the season this would be. Just to play it a bit safe, I'm going to drop that back to balance, and I am going to put time wasting on sometimes and take Be More Expressive off. I mean, winning a Europa League triumph in the first season. Did we win a cup in the first season as well? I can't remember. Yes, we did because we smashed the team in the final, didn't we? So this looks like it could be. I don't want to speak too soon, as Benfica come forward. Sarabia tries to get the ball in the box, or is he going to go alone? He finds Gabriel, who tucks it in off the inside of the post to make it 4-2. And I mean, who knows, 2 goals in the remaining 15 minutes, it's definitely doable from a Benfica point of view. Only 6 shots in this entire game so far, but we are in the final 10 minutes now. Yes, as I was saying, we've done quite well with trophies, really. The domestic cup last year, and hopefully this year as well, and Europa League last season as well. Done very well at Sporting, actually, but of course it all counts for nothing if you don't win the league. Do have a highlight here, 5 minutes to go. Pizzi over to Sarabia again, and Kuhn manages to tip it onto the post before recollecting it. I don't feel the need to make any substitutions. All the players are in pretty good condition. And we are into injury time, 2 minutes away from lifting this cup, because there's going to be no way back for Benfica. They might get a goal here, but there won't be enough time to get an equaliser. And wow, what a goal that was. Pedro Pereira with an absolute belter from the edge of the area, off the underside of the bar, and with a minute to go, I mean, surely not. Surely they can't come back and get an equaliser. And they don't. And we win the cup 4-3. First time we're beating Benfica. Probably should have looked a bit more comfortable with the scoreline after the first 55 minutes or so. Or 65 minutes, I should say. And But yeah, I'm not caring. We have won the league. There we go. Matheus Oliveira been in fantastic form, and it's showing there with his development in that attack midfield position as well. And there we go. There we go. Board are delighted with the silverware there. Now I should check my contract. My contract's doesn't actually expire. It's actually the end of next year it expires, which is always handy. But even if it was this year, the board seem pretty happy with us, so I don't see why we wouldn't have got a contract extension anyway. I'll carry on for a little bit just in case we get the end of season awards. I mean, I think that should be coming up pretty soon. I think I'll just join you when I get the news in. Oh, there we go. No need. There is the best 11. I mean, you'll know all the names there, of course, with it being quite a new save. If you want to have a look at that, feel free to pause it. Player of the season, Matheus Oliveira, the man who I'm actually looking to replace. I did say in the last episode I'm after a goalkeeper as well as an attack midfielder. I think if I can squeeze in a centre back as well, I think that would be very good. Abraham is a decent player, as is Fernandez as well, decent centre back option, as is Coates, but I would like another beast in there if possible. So goal of the season, Matheus Oliveira as well. Let's have a quick look at this. Got an achievement there, first time I have actually looked at this. But let's have a look against Portimonense. I'm not seeing a date, but I'm sure it will pop up soon enough. Here we go, Plata down the right hand side. Oh, it's actually a late goal. He is, I mean, gets lucky to come away with the ball there, and he bends it in with his left foot. Very good finish indeed. Maybe a tad fortunate, but a good goal nonetheless. Sign of the season, Hakimi. I mean, for 7.5 million initial fee, you can't really complain with that. Wendell, young player of the season as well. Played pretty well in that Segundo Volante role. I must admit, he has got good stats for it as well. His finishing could be better, but I mean, it is mostly long shots. They do hit in that role. The team of the season as well. I mean, that's like your standard team. Although that Rosier is a surprising. Well, how does that work out? Okay, it is only signing of the season, but how's Rosier made it in that team? He's only played a couple of games. I'm trying to offload him as well, but no one seems to be buying or willing to bid close to his value, which is kind of frustrating. And yes, I will end the episode here. So I will be back for the first league game of the next season, I presume, and I will go over all the transfer business I have concluded, and hopefully I can assemble a team capable of making up that 10-point gap on Benfica. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.